Hello everyone, this is a new series that I'll be trying out, and it will be talking about the MUIC course, Management of Business Information, and I will just be going through each of the lesson. So for this one, it will be for week 1, lesson 2, and we'll be starting with Excel. So this is MBI, Management of Week 1, Lesson 2. Anyway, so there are a few terminologies that we need to know. So terminologies. One is what is a workbook? So workbook is what we say a file, and a worksheet is actually a page. So this is one worksheet, and then a cell is basically the intersection of a row and column. So example is this cell is C7, so C7 cell. And then what is this C7? So cell address or cell reference is basically the letter and number. For example, C7. So let's say B8. And then what is a ribbon? So the ribbon is actually all of these things. You see file, home, insert, draw, all the way until help. So that is the ribbon. So from file all the way until help. And then we're going to be going through some of the basics. So how to highlight cells? So to highlight cells, basically you click and you drag. Let's say I want to highlight 3 by 3. So this is how to highlight cells. And then if you want to go to the fill handle, it's this one. Do you see this cross at the corner of this box? So that is the fill handle. Plus fill handle. And then there are custom lists. For example, the days of the week or months. So what do I mean by this custom list? So let's say I want to type in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way until Sunday, but that is very tedious. So Excel has this function where you highlight the cell. You highlight these two, and then you use the fill handle and you drag until you get the whole week. Another example, it also works in a vertical way. So let's say I want to get the months of the year. So January, February, and then this happens all the way. So again, highlight the cell, fill handle, and you drag it until you get your months. So this is very convenient so that you don't have to keep typing again. And then in order to adjust the size of the column, you can actually do this. So let's say if I type a lot here, let's say over here, wait, so this is how to adjust size of column automatically. So what I mean is that let's say I type so many words, a lot of words, oh my god, and you can see that if I am at column N, then this is too long and it eats into column O. So in order to readjust the column so that it fits all of these words, you will click the column and then you will double click here in the center of the two columns. Oh yeah, and you can also do this for a lot of, let's say if you want to readjust the columns, all of these columns, then you highlight all of these columns and then you will click this. Yes, so double click the middle of the columns. Yeah, and then if you want to increase the length of the column, then you will have to click here and just expand it on your own. Yeah. Okay. So next, if you want to make it so that all of your fonts are the same, so let's say hi there, oh wait, no, how to copy the same format, like font, size, etc. So let's say I have, oh my god, and maybe I want it to be bold, a different font, Arial black, big, maybe like a 14, right? And in italics. So you can see here that if you want to do the same for everything, let's say wow. So you can see that these two fonts or format are different. So how should I make it the same? So this is what Format Painter is for. So oops. So this is Format Painter. So basically you will click into this cell, click Format Painter, and click the cells that you want it to be the same. Ta-da! And it also works for other cells. So let's say like this. Format Painter, then we click all of these. Yeah, there you go. And next, I want to introduce to you functions. So functions are basically things that allow you to make your life more convenient. So let's say the sum function. So let's say you have sales in January. Sales in February. Sales in March. Okay. So if you want to find a total, let's say total sales, then obviously you will add, let's say 1000, 1100, 1200. So it's obvious that to calculate the total, you will take 1000 plus 1100 plus 1200, right? But what if there was an easier way? Because let's say we calculate this, we will get 3300, but if I were to change, let's say I realize that there's a miscalculation in the sales in January, so it's actually 900. But the total sales doesn't change, so then we have to manually change it, which is very troublesome. So that's why we have the sum function, where we basically take, okay, so how to write a function is equals sum bracket. So we can just click all of the cells that you want to multiply and close the bracket, boom. And you can see that if I were to change the number, boop, it automatically changes the total sales. So that is very convenient. And that's why one pro tip is to use the cell reference in your function rather than a definite number. Okay, so next we'll also have other functions. Also another thing is that you can actually copy over the function. So what I mean is, so how to so copy over function, no, copy the function over columns. Okay, so basically what I mean is that let's say we have sales, let's say this is January, February, March. We have sales again, sales, cost, profit, something like that. So maybe I'll just give some arbitrary numbers. Oh wait, 1389. Wait, oh no, okay. Sales, cost. Okay, I'll just give a nice number then. Or not. Maybe sales, sales, salary, cost. Something like that. Okay. And then something like that. So let's say we want to find the total of the sales, salary, and cost. So again, we do the sum function. So we highlight all of these and close, right? And then what if I want to do the same for the total of salary? I could type the sum function again and do this. But what if there was an easier way? So what if I could just do this? So this is the sum function, so I can just slide it over and it will basically copy over the sum function, but the column will be different. So if you can see here, the column is E25 to E27. This is actually F. And you want to guess the last one? It is, of course, G. So that's why you can actually slide over the function and it will copy the same formula, but it will just change the column. And but what happens if there's a fixed cell that you want to use in your formula, and if you were to copy over the formula, it would change the column, right? So what to do? So actually we have this thing called locking the cell. Locking the cell. So what this means is that in many formulas, even if you copy over the column, it would still be the same cell. So what I mean is, let's say this is the salary of A, person A, and then salary of person B, and we want to know about the commission, right? So let's say there's a commission rate, which is 5%, right? So the salary is let's say base salary is 1,000, and then there is sales. Okay, the formatting is weird, but oh well. Sales of person A and sales of person B, right? So let's say sales he made is 2,000, sales is 3,000. So in this case, we will actually be using the okay. So if you just excuse this formatting, oops. How do I do this again? No, that's not how you do it. I forgot how to do it. Oh, right, like that. Okay, something like that. Forgive me, I'm still a student and I'm only doing this to revise my whatever that I learned. Okay, so let's say in order to do this, you want to add base salary plus the commission, right? So so the base salary is this 1,000, but instead of clicking 1,000 inside here, we will click this and we will lock the cell by pressing F4. Oh, it does not work. F4. No, it doesn't work. Well, it works on my school computer, but it's okay. If you want to manually lock it, then it's just $, H31. So H and then $31. So that's how you lock it. And then you want to add the commission, but in order to do that, so this is going to be a little bit confusing, but it's basically product, which is multiply function, sales of this, this, fine, whatever, H32, and the commission rate, which is H30. Okay, something like that. Oh yeah, there's another bracket. Yeah, so something like that. But I guess we won't be able to slide over because then it would be exactly the same. Okay, it's just the way my thing is formatting, but at least you can tell that like you just need to lock the cell. Because if you don't lock the cell, it will be very troublesome. So yeah, anyway, moving on. There is also the average function. So average function is basically to find the average. So let's say sum function is sum, right? Average function, average function is function. Oh wait, average. So average is just to find the average, and you just highlight all of the cells that you want to find the average of. And then if you want to find the highest number, you just do maximum. And then lowest number, it's minimum. And then so I think that is it for today's functions, like the basic functions. So I'll be moving on to other stuff, which is, let's say, number formatting. So basically, number format. Number format. So let's say I have, using the example of sales, January, February, and March. So 5,000, 500, 6,000. So even though it's sales, but they don't have any like currency. So in order to change that, we will actually right click, and we will go to format cells, and then there will be currency, and, or is it accounting? Yeah, you can also go to accounting and you can see what symbols you want, but usually it's just the dollar sign, right? So you click OK, and then that's how it will show up. But you can also click into this. Oh wait, my bad. It's actually I mean, you could do that, I suppose, but currency is also more clearer. And you can also select, okay, so how is it going to appear if it is negative number? So you click OK, and then let's say if sales was actually negative, then you can see that it will be red and it's also bracketed. So it's very convenient if you want to find any negative values. And another thing that you can learn is actually how to increase or decrease the decimal, like the number of decimals. So let's say this is increased decimal, you can find it here, increase. So now there's 3 zeros, or if you want to decrease it, also click that. So yeah, this is just a simple tip, number format, and also plus currency, plus negative number, plus increase or decrease decimal. Increase, decrease decimal. Okay. And then if you want to make a chart, you can actually just I think chart is under, nope, it's under insert. So insert, and then there will be this one. No, This looks a bit different from the Excel from my school. Maybe it's because this is the less new one. Oh, no, it's here, okay. So basically, if you want to make this table into a chart, you can just click this icon and you press it, and you can see that there are many options for you. So they have 2D column, 3D, 2D bar, and stuff like that. There's also more column charts in case you want other stuff like line or pies and stuff like that. So let's just select this, let's say. So okay, right? So now that you have this chart, you can actually edit the chart as well. So you can swap axis. So let's say you don't want the sales, you don't want the sales, and then you want to switch the month. So it will be something like, wait, what? Oh, okay, that's not how it works. Never mind. But usually you can switch the rows and column using this button. And also if you want to change the degree of all these 3D stuff, then you can actually click the chart and you will see here 3D rotation, and you can see that, okay, so you can increase the degree of all of these. Yep, something like that. And that's it. Yeah, I mean, if you want to rename the sheet, you can just click this. So yeah, I guess that's it for the chart. So, and then there's also chart. Okay, and now we're very close to the end of this lesson, and I just want to introduce the last few concepts. Okay, there's also like, okay, just to rewind a bit, there's also, I should write it down. So if you want to multiply function, multiply function, then it's just product. Okay, and also if you want to make the date today, you can just click now. So let's say let's say this is, my bad. So let's say this is, I don't know, today is, let's say this is 25th September 2025. Now that's weird. Is that not how it works? Returns the serial number of the that is weird. To make the date. Okay. Never mind. I should ask the teacher about this. Wait a minute. Let me let me go and inquire the internet. Okay, hi, I'm back. And I have cracked the code. So basically, using the example 25th September 2025, I just have to click now, and ta-da! Now it shows you that today's date, which is 27 right now. Yeah. So now that I've got all of these things done, and the last function that I want to talk about is very important. It's actually the if function. So basically, this if function is able to do a logical test. So what we can find here is you can click this. You can click if over here and OK. So you can see that there's 3 parts to it: logical test, value if true, and value if false. So let's say we have like the grades, right? So grading system, if we see that it is a B plus and B, let's say this is 90 to 100. Okay, let's say 90 and above, 85 and above, and 80 and above. And then let's say Mark has a score of okay, wait, no, give me math. Mark, let's say math, science, English. So let's say that his grades. So let's say he got an 88, 92, and an 81. Okay. So let's say we have all of these values, right? And we want to know, okay, if 88 is, if his grade for math is greater than this, then he would get an 8, right? So that is our logical test. So over here, if you want, you can click here, click the if function, and basically, oh my god, so basically the logical test is if this is bigger or equal to this, right? And we just need, oh no, okay, and we just need to lock this, lock. So if it is true, then what should appear in the text? So it should be A, right? And for letters, I think we need to do quotation marks. Yes, but if it is numbers, then we don't need quotation marks. I should write that down. So if it is false, then okay, I should have thought this through. Okay, let's say it's a pass or fail. I'm sorry, maybe it's a pass or fail because it makes things clearer. So let's say this is pass, this is fail, 60 and above, less than 60, 0, right? So let's say, oh no, let's say, so I click it again, I go to the if, so logical test, if this is greater or equal to this, and it needs to be locked. So if it is true, then it should appear pass, right? Pass. and if it's false, then he failed. Yes. So okay, and it's passed. So using all of these scores, and if you look here, everything is passed. But let's say maybe his English is not very strong and he gets a 59, and you can see that here it automatically changes to fail. So this is all the if function, right? So this is very useful, and that's all for today. This is all that was covered in the week 1 lesson 2 for this course in MUIC. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.